Tetrault. Liz Bishop. Sports with John Graney and meteorologist Neal Estano. Now, live. The #1 news in the Capital Districts. This is the News Center 6 Night Team Reports.
Good evening. Our top story in 11 at 11, an old man, his home, and a woman who says she's trying to save it, but others worry she's trying to steal it.
That's right. Those emotional elements add up to a question of Good Samaritan or con artist in Rensselaer County tonight. Night Team reporter Marianne Wholley unravels the story live from our Albany News Center. Marianne?
Ernie and Liz, tonight the Rensselaer County Legislature decided to take the home of a 65-year-old man for back taxes. One woman claims the county is putting him and her on the street, but there are others who question her motives.
Yes, it was an opportunity. It was an opportunity to help a friend who needed help. That's my only ulterior motive.
But tonight, Legal Secretary Juanita Smith of Nassau lost that opportunity when Rensselaer County legislators voted to take the home she and her children had been living in. The house was owned by 65-year-old Jack Williams, who is now in a nursing home. Williams hadn't paid the taxes in years. This summer, Juanita moved in, agreed to pay $15,000 in back taxes if Williams willed her the house. The county tonight said no deal. It's taking the house for auction.
We're not sure exactly what kind of an agreement existed between the two of them, but by law, the county has the right to sell that property to the highest bidder.
Jack, I got some bad news for you. We lost.
That was Juanita Smith breaking the news to Jack Williams tonight. But at the Troy Adult Home, where we talked to Williams, we got an unexpected reaction. Are you disappointed about your house?
No.
No? Why are you not You're not disappointed about it?
No, I figured it was gone a long time ago.
And there are allegations from Williams' power of attorney, Larry Osgood, tonight, that Juanita Smith is nothing but an opportunist, that when she moved into Jack's home back in the summer, she made him live in his basement, where he became so ill that state troopers had to have him removed.
From what I have been told, those allegations have been flying around. That is not true. All I've ever wanted for Jack is to help him. I'm a friend. I want Jack home. Because he does not deserve to be there.
But Jack Williams will not be going home with Juanita Smith. A court has forbidden her to take him from the nursing home. She now has 15 days to move out of Jack Williams' house. No word on when the public auction will be. Jack Williams has no living family. Ernie and Liz.
It's a sad story.
It is.
Thanks, Marianne.
You're welcome.
Well, one area county may take a gamble to make some money, and residents could be the big winners. Tonight, the Montgomery County Supervisors gave its staff the okay to look into extraordinary ways to make the county money. Now, one of those ideas is cable TV bingo. Now, officials aren't quite sure how it would work or if it's even legal in New York State, but they say county residents could play bingo just by turning on their TV sets. They add cable bingo is a winner in other states.
It's been 24 hours now since Mike Tyson came out a loser from an Indianapolis courtroom, and still his conviction on rape charges is the talk of the town, the talk of the nation for that matter. The Catskill boxer is free on $30,000 bail tonight, and his career in the ring looks doubtful. The phone lines were buzzing on our John Graney's radio talk show tonight on WQBK radio. Everybody had something to say about where Mike Tyson went wrong and what happens next. One caller had some insight to share. He's Teddy Atlas, Tyson's former trainer. Atlas had a big falling out with Tyson and his crew when Tyson was 15. Atlas feels people close to Tyson look the other way too often when they should have exercised some control.
I mean, you are responsible for yourself at some point in life. You are what you are. Huss had a saying that probably fits the situation here. He used to say, people born round do not die square. And, you know, but I tell you, in this situation, early in his career, he was a troubled kid. He had special talent, but at the same time, he had a background where he needs special attention to developing him and rehabilitating him socially.
Former Tyson trainer Kevin Rooney told us that whatever Atlas said tonight isn't true. Tyson faces 60 years in jail when he's sentenced next month. The boxer plans to appeal, and that could tie up the case for 7 years.
It's a little after 5 minutes after 11. Time to check in with the Night Beat desk. A pretty routine night for authorities so far. But Albany County Sheriffs released information tonight about a man you won't believe was behind the wheel. Last night, deputies stopped a car for speeding. Checking Craig Costello's license in their computers, they found, they said, that the Long Island man had 40 active license suspensions. Deputies say he also had marijuana in the car. The Rensselaer County man convicted of murdering his mistress is tonight looking at a sentence of 25 years to life. The jury today found Jeffrey Settless guilty of strangling Louise Janowski after tiring of a kinky sex relationship. During the trial, Settless' son turned against him, testifying that his father talked about several murder plots. Settless will be sentenced at the end of the month.
It is 11:06, time now for our nightcap of the day's top stories from around the world. If President Bush seems a bit more environmentally friendly tonight, it's because he is changing his policy on the ozone issue. The president wants to phase out chemicals that are destroying the Earth's protective ozone layer by 1995. The government recently announced the ozone is deteriorating faster than originally thought, especially over North America. A new leader in New Hampshire tonight with a week to go before the nation's first primary there. A USA CNN poll shows Massachusetts Senator Paul Tsongas has propelled himself into the lead of the Democratic presidential candidates, unseating Bill Clinton.
Police believe the Irish Republican Army is behind a bomb found today in London, just hours before a visit by Vice President Quayle. Police found the bomb close to the Foreign Office, where Quayle is supposed to visit. Police removed the bomb without incident. The families who are trying to track down what happened to loved ones during the Nazi Holocaust have new help tonight. Documents, lists, names, places, and dates from the Nazi Holocaust have been taken from the archives and handed over to the American Red Cross.
And Ernie, starting tomorrow, you can actually relive the tragic story of the Nazi Holocaust and its lessons for humanity through the eyes and the words of Anne Frank. Tonight, a ceremony at the College of St. Rose opened the new exhibit on Anne Frank. She was the young Jewish girl who died in a Nazi concentration camp, and she left behind a diary with a timeless legacy. Congressman Mike McNulty and her own Bud Mishkin were a part of tonight's ceremony. You can see the exhibit at St. Joseph's Hall at the College of St. Rose tomorrow through March 15th.
Well, right now it's coming up on 8 minutes after 11. Time for sports and weather. First in 11 at 11.
John Graney has the first word live from the Newsroom Sports Center. What's big tonight, John?
Well, Liz, despite Seton Hall's rise to respectability in recent years, Syracuse has treated them like a punching bag, bringing a remarkable 23-game winning streak into tonight's contest between the two squads. But the streak lives no longer. Seton Hall got this key four-pointer from John Leahy late in the second half to build a 9-point lead en route to a 10-point win over Syracuse in Big East play. Elsewhere tonight, Kevin McHale's return did not help the Celtics at all down in San Antonio, while the Patroons won in overtime tonight against Rapid City. I've got to believe my numbers are much more palatable tonight in sports than we're going to hear right now concerning our weather with Neal for overnight tonight.
Oh, John, it's going to be a cold one. Those temperatures have been falling all evening. They'll continue to fall as we head into tomorrow morning, and it's going to be a frosty one. Here is tomorrow's forecast. So you know what to expect as you wake up. You might want to sleep another half an hour tomorrow morning. It's going to be cold. We'll start out with quite a bit of sunshine, though. 7 o'clock, about 5 degrees, Capital District, colder outlying areas. Tomorrow noontime, lots of sunshine, about 15. Our high will be close to 20 by mid-afternoon. And then by tomorrow evening, clear skies, and it's going to be another cold one. More in the forecast coming up in just a few minutes, so stay tuned for that.
Okay. Thank you, Neal.
Okay.
And in good news with Tom Mailey tonight. Ask any employer what's the most important part of their company, and it's likely they'll tell you the employees. And the secret to running a successful business is take good care of those employees.
Well, tonight, Tom introduces us to an area business owner who takes really good care of his people and then some.
Here's a story for working people and employers alike. It's about a company that really respects their employees.
Thank you for calling Roland J. Down. How may I direct your call?
Roland J. Down is celebrating 40 years in the heating and air conditioning business. He now has 105 employees. And Roland told me that he's learned one thing along the way. Take care of your staff.
They're a very important part of the organization. They're one of the most important assets we have.
Yeah, respect.
How much does Roland respect his people? Enough to take them to dinner.
I've made arrangements at 12 different fine restaurants where where they can go every month for 12 different months to a different restaurant with them and their spouse. Or
all 105 of them?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Then in April, he's taking everybody to Reading, Pennsylvania.
We're going to have a shopping spree to the outlet capital of the world, and they're going to get between $400 and $1,000 spending money so they can shop until they drop.
Now, no business is perfect, but Rolling Down sure seems to be on the right track.
Day to day, I say, just coming in, talking to them every day.